sure-handed wide receiver. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Vikings and the Eagles, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota... Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Andrew Booth just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Hardman on the return. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the 1st down carry. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
To throw on 3rd down, Powell. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, And I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Trey McBride, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And they have secured that spot in the playoffs, clinching the NFC North Division, in fact. So for the moment, they would be hosting a wild card game in round 1.
And I think it is cause for celebration. Let's not get hung up on the fact that only one team now gets a bye in the first round. Win your division, get to the playoffs, celebrate that. And by the way, they are guaranteed a home game. That's a good way to start the playoffs.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
That's interference.
Let's check in with our referee. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
18 Madden, 19 right.
Throwing on first down, Powell. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Vikings are able to move back in front. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles.
And their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back. You can move forward from there.
23 yards the pick up there.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact of the next-gen stats.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys have now moved out in front.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 14-10. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And out now come the Vikings. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. On 3rd down, Powell. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
They'll go with the keeper. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Powell. Finding Hardman here over the middle. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Powell. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to fourth down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Vikings have yet again retaken the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41.
Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Powell. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. And quickly they get to the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 3rd and long. Powell under pressure, and they got to him again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was the Bills who pick up the victory at home. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bucks locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. De'Ami Brown, a touchdown catch in the victory. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked at half. We get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On first down, Powell. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Powell. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Operating from the gun, Powell. Wide open receiver, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. Back to throw. Powell is going to fire one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on fourth.
Here's A.J. Cole now,
as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Throwing to start the drive. Powell. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught at the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Free kick out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Alert!
They'll keep it on the ground. Nixon. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to... And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. Nixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
8 yards on the pickup, but now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Come on. Hey.
Looking to throw. Powell. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Powell completes it to Hardman. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Another on-target throw. That last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense.
Okay, ready?
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down.
And this is caught on the sideline. On the feet in, they are. What a catch. Give them 32 on the play.
That's good for Eagles.
Back to throw here. That is incomplete.
I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5.
And the Eagles are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 4 yards out.
And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And this defense will take over right at midfield. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020.
Still 2nd down.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at half.